So, welcome to Mindfully Thrive. Here we are again. I'm so excited to be back. It's conversations, albeit one sided today, hopefully, figuring out who we are and who our souls are asking us to become. I'm trying to bring them together, who it is I am and who is my authentic self. Bringing them together one creative action at a time. I have lots of hopes and dreams and desires. You're going to hear that so clearly in this podcast. I don't claim to hold any ultimate truths, yet every piece of this, I hope, again, here I am with my hopes and dreams, feels honest and real. And I look forward to meeting you here to uncover some of those truths together. This season brings a fresh perspective on thriving mindfully. As we begin a new chapter, we'll be diving into the labels of authenticity and creativity. Two terms I've used to describe myself time and time again, but now I'm questioning whether I truly embody them. And I don't even have the answers yet. But through inspirational conversations with guests, we'll explore their creative processes and how they define authenticity and who inspires them to live true to their calling. And these discussions will unfold and reveal more insights for us. And I'm excited to share them with you here. So today I'm diving just a little bit deeper into the term authenticity and what it truly looks like for me. It's a hard one because I'm still at the very beginning of this study, let's call it a study. And one major aspect that's been showing up for me is the art of saying no. Through participating in the To Be Magnetics Authenticity Challenge, which has just started today, so I suggest you go over to their Instagram, and their podcast is called Expander. And it's prompted me to reflect on how I've been giving so much of my energy to others, especially in the roles I play as mother and teacher. And for quite a while, I've been putting myself not last, but doing everything that needs to be done first. And it's a pattern I've repeated time and time again. I'm realizing how often I try and fix things for other people. Knowing that I'm a line 5, this tends to take on that role. And I enjoy it. I like stepping up and helping others. But lately, I've been feeling the weight of the expectations and the toll it takes on my own energy, especially when I want to put my energy into more creative products and creative outlets. So saying no has been especially challenging in the workplace. It's not necessarily one of my favourite things to do, but leaning into this authenticity means recognizing my own needs and not overcommitting to fixing situations that aren't even mine to solve. And I notice as a mother, we often internalize this need to do it all. But part of this journey is letting go of that expectation and allowing others to take responsibility. Straight up, real life moment, my daughter just interrupted and asked, "What's for merienda?" That's the afternoon snack. I wasn't expecting her home so early. She was meant to go to study. And so she's going to have to make her own sandwich. But I have this urge in me to want to pause this, stop, and go and make her a sandwich. Now she's 14 years old. What do you think I should do? Anyway, so recognizing that my time and energy is limited has also been a huge part of why this podcast has been on hold for 3 years instead of the initial 6 months that I planned. There are no coincidences in life if we can accept that the universe is always working towards us. But it is such a coincidence that To Be Magnetic has just launched today the Authenticity Challenge. And this has been what I've been working on, alongside my own inner work. So I'm learning to set these boundaries, and I'm actually creating more space for things I truly want to do, like reconnecting with you on the podcast. But it's a process, and I'm still figuring out what those boundaries need to be. You will no doubt hear my dog in the background. There might be buses passing by. But this has to be exciting and it has to be joyful. And the previous season's editing wasn't quite so fulfilling. But I'm just excited to explore what that's going to look like and try and be more authentic in my choices and showing up in a way that feels truer to who I am. So here's to learning how to say no this week and saving our energy for what genuinely matters and embracing that kind of authenticity that will allow us to thrive. So I'm going to give you a 4-step action plan for the week, since I am a coach and mentor too. So we're going to set aside some quiet time, grab a journal and reflect on the following. What do I value most right now? You're going to list the qualities and activities that feel most important to you currently. This will help clarify what resonates with you personally outside of societal expectations. Who am I when I'm alone? Think about what you enjoy doing when no one else is around. This can reveal your true interests, not those you might pursue because of external validation. Where am I saying yes when I really mean no? So let's read that again. Where am I saying yes when I really mean no? Recognizing that the areas where you're not fully honest with yourself or others about your boundaries can highlight where your authenticity is being challenged. Who do I feel most comfortable around and why? Reflect on the relationships where you feel the most like yourselves, the ones that light you up, the ones that let you feel energized when you walk away from them. This can help you identify the qualities that support your authentic self. And how am I making space for my own needs? If you're often in service to others like I am, consider how you could shift some of that energy towards yourself. One little trick for me in this was to get my laundry done first thing in the morning after my meditation, because then I'm not doing it in the afternoon at this time of day when I want to be doing more creative things. I don't have time in the morning to do creative things because it's kind of rush, but I can get the washing on. So step 2, embrace the pause. This is from a mindfulness person who tries to be, not always. In the middle of your busy day, allow yourself brief moments of pause to connect with your soul. These pauses, whether you're through your deep breath or a few minutes of stillness, I even suggest going for a short walk. They create the space for your soul to guide you. Your soul always knows the path towards your most authentic self, and by slowing down to listen, you make room for that wisdom to emerge. Step 3, take small actions based on your answers. Look at your responses and find small ways to bring more of your authentic self into your daily life. For example, if you notice that you're often saying yes when you mean no, try saying no once a week to things that don't align with your values. Step 4, check in regularly. Authenticity is a journey. We're not going to get there tomorrow. So make time to check in with these questions periodically, and also your life changes, so might your answers. Making space for the pause is always the answer though, because it's in those moments of stillness that you reconnect with your true authentic self. So a 4-step practice for helping you uncover your authentic self. Self-reflection, embracing the pause, taking small actions, and check in regularly. So what else has shown up for me this week? Well, I've come to realize, like the experts in mindset say, that fear, which is often seen like an obstacle, is actually a protective mechanism, and it's not doing me any favors right now. I recognized it this weekend. This podcast is causing the greatest fear in me. and I didn't get on with the job. It's a signal that I'm stepping outside my comfort zone, reaching for something new. But at the same time, I recognize that I haven't got time to stay stuck in a job or situation that's draining me, draining my creativity, and stifling me from growing. We really, all of us, need to start moving forward with the fear as a companion, not as an enemy. By embracing it, this transforms how we can approach challenges. So today and every day, as I continue to build on the podcast, I'll be taking pauses to reconnect with my authentic self. This is essential, because it's in those moments of stillness we find clarity and inner guidance. It's the pause that reminds us of who we truly are. And moving forward from this place of authenticity takes courage. And I also know that the more I lean into what is truly aligned with my heart, the more ease will follow. But right now the fear is paralyzing. I've wanted to quit the idea of continuing the podcast again and again. It's so easy to have great ideas and to feel like you have value to share. It's another thing putting your voice out there and pressing upload. So let's see if this actually gets followed through. It's in its flaws and all stage, but I feel like it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be right. It's never going to be good enough. But like I said at the beginning or earlier on, 3 years have gone by, and had I continued the podcast for those last 3 years, I would have improved. I would have probably been a great podcaster by now. But life took a different turn. And so do I just give up altogether, or do I start again? I believe in starting again and again and again. So here I am, moving forward through the fear, especially when you have, the biggest fear is the opinions of others. And my greatest gift in human design is the gate 17, which is the gift of opinions. And they say that your greatest gift, or your biggest fear, is your greatest gift. And so I feel like these two things are coming together pretty clearly for me. But again, being a generator with a defined ego, I'm all in on the idea. It lights me up. It sparks joy. It's part of my design to share my experiences. I'm a 3-5. I've experimented. I'm still experimenting. This is an experiment. And I will go back and share it with others. I will help others do the same. I will give my advice. I will recommend how to do things from the mistakes I've made. But I'm also going to have experts come on and share their stories and share their skills and knowledge. Specialists in their own fields. The fields that 10 years ago were left field and woo-woo, but are becoming more and more mainstream. And these are the people that are leading the joy march for the world moving forward. So this is me, where I begin again. And now you already know a little about me. As a generator, I'll be hoping for questions to answer, things to respond to, guest suggestions. All topics are open for discussion, because I love anyone who does anything that lights them up. So please share anyone you would feel would make a great guest that I can learn something from about being more authentic. And I have a gift that is a niche, and I want to share it with you. It's something I've discovered through conversations with friends. I don't always have the answers to the problems, but I will receive the answer in another form. And this is my connection to the spiritual through the physical. Let me explain. I will give you such great gifts knowing people that you might not know, but they might be exactly what you need. And I will bring them to you. It could be a song you need to hear, a technique you need to try, or just a new approach to seeing things differently. It could be a podcast, a post, or a person who has the answers. And I will bring them to you through Mindfully Thrive. We will share and we will connect. I get excited about connecting people to their needs. I don't have the answers. I'm not the fixer. I'm just the prop in the big game of life where we all need a little bit of each other. So until next time, let's live, learn and create with intention.